Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Odoo Live. We are doing today an end of the year Q4 presentation pertaining to partnerships. Welcome, everyone. I want to thank absolutely everyone that is joining us today for your interest in partnership here with us at Odoo. Um, my name is JC Hincapie. I work out of the San Francisco office. Part of my responsibilities here at Odoo is speak to folks that want to become partners. Folks like yourselves. We'll speak a little more about who it is our target audience for partnerships in a few seconds' time. But my responsibilities are to go through a couple of scenarios with you, answer questions pertaining to what partnership is, what is the best way to monetize Odoo with you, perhaps do a couple of demonstrations with yourself, perhaps even the customer, to evangelize you on how to utilize the platform and such. Give me one quick second here. So the reason behind today's conversation is because we want to speak about the partnership roadmap and more specifically how partners fit into our ecosystem. One of the strategies that we adopted since the inception of our tool at Odoo was to go to market with partners. As an ERP, enterprise resource planning software, as you could imagine, it's a complex tool. It's a tool that attempts to see or at least answer a solution for a wide net of industries within a company, or rather solutions within a company. If you could imagine, an ERP can only get so far if you only focus on the ERP. We rely upon our partners in order to get to these perhaps 5 to 10% of a company's needs that may not come out of the box with Odoo. So this is the conversation that we're having today. More specifically, towards the end of the year Q4, we wanted to have this presentation for partnership out of the fact that we have seen a tremendous growth since COVID, because companies need to digitalize. Companies more now than ever have seen the interest on needing to grow their offering, their companies, and being the fact that people now have to work from home, the not only need for the platform itself from end customers has grown, but also the need for people to know a little more about partnership has grown. So the conversation today mainly focuses on partnership, and we're going to talk about the roadmap as to how somebody that doesn't know much about partnership with us at Odoo becomes a partner, and benefits along the way, opportunities along the way, risks that you may face along the way, and everything all bundled in this conversation that you and I are going to be having in the next coming minutes. Perfect. So without further ado, this is our agenda for today. First and foremost, I did want to highlight that in terms of times, crisis times, I did want to wish that everyone stays safe and well, and their families stay safe and well. So we wanted to begin this agenda by speed running through who we are at Odoo. We have seen in the past, and more specifically, if you follow the channel at Odoo, YouTube Odoo, you will see that a lot of folks speak about who we are. So we're going to speed run through that because we've spoken about that in the past. We're going to speed run through that. But what that does for us is that it's going to create a nice framework to begin the conversation for us at Odoo, and more specifically how our partners fit into this role. After that, we're going to talk about the value proposition that Odoo offers versus the competition, as well as the partner ecosystem and how our partners fit our business model, similarly to what I just mentioned in the past. Then we're going to chat about the challenges and opportunities that our partners face. Afterwards, speak about the roadmap to success. And then we're going to create some urgency and ask why now? Why it is important for us to focus on on growing not only your company but also Odoo's growth right now, more specifically in COVID times. Last thing that we're going to do for our live audience, we have a couple of extras that we want to present to you, so stick around for that. But more specifically, we're going to talk about next steps and how folks that are interested in becoming partners can become partners. By the way, I did want to highlight that parallel, I believe that it's on either the right-hand side or left-hand side of my screen, there should be my colleagues, Guilherme, Lenzi, and Thomas, answering questions there, as well as our lovely Anadine. So if you have any questions along the way, you can reach me. Again, this is my contact information, JHIJC Hinkapy, jhi@odoo.com, or reach out to my colleague Thomas, TGA@odoo.com, or Guilherme Lenzi, GUL@odoo.com, they should be on the chat helping me today. In any case, again, about Odoo. So Odoo is a company that started in 2005. So we've been in the market for quite a little while now. And the purpose of this platform was to help smaller companies digitalize. There was a wide need, a vast need for companies to utilize, digitalize, but there was a barrier of entry from the larger players, larger ERP players in the past. So with the guidance of our founder and current CEO, Fabian Pinkerest, his mission and vision for the company was to help organizations grow by helping them unleash the company's potential by empowering the users, by giving them easy-to-use tools, easy to implement tools, and tools that are so intrinsically easy to manage that they will inevitably love them. One of the things that I've mentioned in the past is that we simplify the boring tasks. Nobody really enjoys doing accounting, but with our tool, accounting becomes easy. Accounting becomes simple. So because of this vision, we have been able to grow in this past 15 years to these very specific statistics, more specifically geared for our partners. In fact, even though we edited this slide a couple of weeks back, it's already outdated. Since then, we've currently opened up an office in Mexico now. So we have presence in Mexico because the growing market has been tremendous there. And we added yet another office in the European Union. So we have the growth that we've been able to maintain and sustain, more specifically in this past year, has been tremendous. Close to 6 million users worldwide utilize Odoo. Now close to 2,800 partners in about 131 plus countries worldwide we have access to. 3,000 plus new databases per day, which makes us the most downloaded open source ERP in the planet. And the last thing is that we have north than 25,000 different applications on our marketplace. Again, ERP casts a wide net onto managing your day-to-day activities for your company, but at the same time, there may be one or two applications that we may not be able to achieve because that just kind of strays from the whole idea of ERP. And so this is where we have a very extremely robust marketplace for our customers to enjoy and for our partners also to monetize, and our community as well to enjoy. So with that, I want to speak about our Odoo ecosystem and more specifically how we, as I mentioned in the past, we go to market with our partners. So at the forefront, we generally see this as pillars that support an entire ecosystem. In this case, we see it as cascades. But we always know that the strongest pillar or the last point of this cascade is our customers. And not only our Odoo customers, but also our partners' customers. They are at the very forefront of this foundation. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't keep the lights on here. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be R&D and the new version that just came out. Or a cyclical, like clockwork, every single year, a brand new version that we release. Without them, there wouldn't be roadshows. Without them, there wouldn't be innovation. So our customers are at the very forefront. The customers provide for us, of course, keeping the lights on, but also the foundation for the entire ecosystem. The direct product feedback for us to know how to focus on next, what to focus on next, what industries we should be pivoting towards, and how we're going to grow our ecosystem. Then we have our partners. Our partners are our direct local support to support, of course, our customers. They provide services for customers. They do implementation services, new app development, consultative services for them, for partners to distribute the idea of Odoo to their end customers, to simplify the end customers' lives by offering our solution. And again, the growth that we have had is of now north of 2,700 partners worldwide. Our partners are supported by our community. Our community is a group of about 20,000 members strong, 20,000 plus members strong. This is a mixture of Odoo employees, programmers, independent, exogenous of Odoo, programmers, implementators, consultants, developers that are actively giving product feedback onto Odoo. They are actively finding bugs for us to fix, patch, and giving direct feedback on security for us to have a more of a robust platform and more of a secure platform. And then of course at the top, we said that in the front we had the customers, but at the top it emanates from Odoo. We create the mission, the vision, the strategy. We develop not only the Odoo community every single year, like clockwork, there's a new version of Odoo community, but also more importantly, Odoo Enterprise. And Odoo Enterprise is of course what fuels this entire ecosystem. And the main difference between one of the other one is that the Odoo Enterprise carries with it more weight, it has more help, it has more support, it has services, help desk of course, but more importantly we have different applications that just simply do not exist in the community edition. We also support at Odoo, we provide for Odoo the services, consultative services to partners. And we will talk about that in terms of the benefits that we provide for partners in a couple of seconds times here when we talk about the benefits. But we provide services for partners and customers, not only in terms of help desk, but also consultative sales, support, technical support, as well as functional support. And then the last thing that we have is, of course, unlimited bug fixing for not only our customers, but for our partners as well. So that is our Odoo ecosystem. In the back end, we have Odoo creating everything. In the front end, we have our clients. In the middle, we have our partners fueling and helping us cement this structure that we have. So one of the questions that we stumble upon really often enough is why Odoo and who utilizes Odoo more importantly. There's a thing called technological debt. And technological debt can also be expressed in your ERP implementation that you're acquiring your ERP. If a company is small and they begin to scale, do I have to now graduate out of this tool and say go into a more established brand, and one of these brands that buys buildings in the middle of San Francisco or so? No, the answer is no. What this highlights is a scalability from one point to the next. Small to medium-sized companies are our bread and butter, yet at the same time we offer these services for larger companies. What this means is that if a small company starts utilizing the exact same system that a larger company utilizes, as they continue to grow and scale, they won't have to access different technologies. Within the same platform, they're able to scale and grow. So with that, I want to talk a little more about our Odoo's value proposition and how we stand in the market, how we peg against the competition, and what makes us really shine and stand out. With that, I'll give you a quick statistic about Forbes. On average, a company utilizes about 14 different applications to manage their day-to-day activities on a daily basis. And this is discounting freemiums, free applications. And this is only for small to medium-sized companies. When we're talking about mid-market companies, we are seeing about 50 applications or more. This ends up looking something like this: a disjointed network of individual applications for you to run your operations. By the way, I do want to highlight here and make a parentheses. These are great applications. These are completely fine applications that we all know and love. These applications have gotten here because they are very efficient at one thing, at what they do. The problem that the system sees, or the problem that we see here, is that in order for you to communicate internally, in order for you to communicate with your vendors, and more specifically to your customers, you have to go through a loop, a soup of various applications in order to achieve one single point. The way that we see it is this. There is no native integration within this. There is no centralized intelligence for you to deduce data out of this. If, for example, for folks that are more in the programmatic aspect of things, if they wanted to have a semblance of integration from one place to another one, you would have to now create an API, EDI, or something along the lines, maintain it, produce it, and then maintain it. So there's a cost associated not only on the licensing, on the implementation of each one of these tools, but more importantly, on the maintenance aspect of it. So the customer, at the end of the day, they're savvy. They are in business to make money, not to go out of their way to spend money. So this is just unsustainable and unscalable. The last thing that we have seen is that the hiring practice and the training of employees in various systems is also unscalable. And so if it's a 3-person company, it's a 5-person company, you could perhaps think that it's fine to have this disjointed network of individual applications. But now once we grow to 100 different employees, the training and for each one of those employees incoming then becomes a sunk cost that you have to assume by only existing as a business. The way that we see it and the way that we want to go to market is by having an all-in-one integrated solution for you to speak not only to yourself, with yourselves amongst your teammates internally, but also to your vendors, but more importantly, to your customers. An all-integrated solution that was built modularly for you to be able to pick and choose the applications that are important to you in that specific stage of growth of your company. This is what Odoo looks like, and as I mentioned to you, you can just pick and choose a la carte the applications that may be important to you in a specific moment of time. Let's say that you're a manufacturer and you want to have an online presence. At the same time, you want to have your sales stack and see accounting. Generally, the conventional way that I showed you in the past would have been to have a warehouse management system, perhaps an applicant tracking system as well on the side, your CRM on one side, your sales stack on another side, the website builder through one of these website builders. The way that we see it is this. You want to have a website with us, you can have your website module. You want to have this opportunity contact you there, then that opportunity can go to your CRM. Then that opportunity, we're able to see the track, where it came from, how it came from, how we're able to express this information, pass that through the sales channel. The information then gets redirected back to your inventory. By default, the manufacturing gets triggered a call to action. Then the folks in your manufacturing shop manufacture the product, source the items, manufacture it, send it back to your inventory, you ship it out to your end customer. And then the last thing is, that we want to be able to see how this looks like in your accounting system. One quick second here. In your accounting system. So all integrated into one single solution. And we can achieve this, as I mentioned to you, because the platform is built modularly. This is achieved be the fact that it's built modularly, the architect, that there's not a monolithic solution. Modularity allows you to implement at scale, and for you to be able to pick and choose the applications, again, that are important to you as you, in that stage of growth of your company. And then it also diminishes the high cost of entry for major ERPs. So all those key points that I mentioned in the past have led us to the following. I like to show this slide, and also in the footnotes of my signature of my email, I like to add these things. These are accolades. For not only GetUp, but now Capterra, we have been poised as either number one, currently now in Capterra for 2019-2020, but also for GetUp, top 3 ERPs in the market. And we believe that this is happening because the newest versions that we are producing at Odoo are being received really well, but more importantly, we are able to achieve the exact same thing that others try to achieve by having an integrated solution, an affordable solution, an easy-to-use solution, and more importantly, being the fact that we come from an open source world, a flexible solution for you to be able to customize. At the end of the day, no two companies are alike, and by that we offer, of course, the source code for you to be able to customize and personalize as you see fit. Alrighty, so that was the Odoo, who we are, who we were. Now, we want to pivot the conversation onto the challenges and opportunities that our partners face. So the question is, who are folks that come to us and say, hey, I'd like to become a partner? What is the profile of these folks? And I'll give you the thick and thin of it. These are generally developers, implementators, consultants, technological or not, functional consultants or technological consultants, folks that are in the technology space or the consulting space that streamline processes for businesses. And these are some of the questions or statements that we stumble upon, so this may resonate with some of you. I want to diversify my offering of products to my end customers. We've heard that there's a lot of economic potential in small to medium-sized businesses, but the solutions that they have seen are prohibitively expensive or perhaps disjointed. My client needs to develop an application, but they do not want to start from scratch or reinvent the wheel. One of the things is that we give you the source code so you can have a suite of applications supporting that very specific development that this customer has mentioned in the past. My client is using Odoo and would like for me to assist. This is very important for a lot of folks that are already within our ecosystem. My client loves Odoo and needs to use it in their business. So these are some of the folks that come to us. This is the target audience that I'm hoping that I'm speaking to currently. So with that, I want to mention the partnership model. But one of the things that I wanted to dive in before I speak about the partnership model is the risk that I understand that people take on, more specifically business owners, that they take on when they sign up to be partners with us, when they prospect the idea of signing up with us. ERP is complicated as a product, as a whole. ERPs generally tend to be complicated, but the way that we want to go to market more specifically with you and your end customer is by giving you all the right tools for you to have a very nice, very solid fundamental for you to go to market with us at Odoo. And we give you this support, and I'll summarize it with you. We give you the support by being there for you functionally, for you to be able to know the platform in and out, technically, by being able to support you technically, on bug fixing, for you to worry about the implementation rather than perhaps errors that were made in R&D, or even development that we can help you with for you to verticalize a product, and commercially, being able to grow your business through account management. And again, that's some of the perks that we'll mention in the past. So one of the risks is, hey, I don't know anything about this platform. My customer doesn't know anything about the platform. They're hesitant to dive into an ERP because they think that it's complex. The way that we want to mitigate that risk, that fear, is by knowing and by giving you full support. And again, the support is expressed in commercial, functional, and technical support that we'll be able to provide for you, and by default, by definition, to your end customer as well. So what are the partnerships benefits? One of the most important aspects of the fact that Odoo exists is that it comes from an open source world. We still maintain an open source product, which is the Odoo community, but through the Odoo Enterprise, it's an open core, which means that we give the access to our partners. And the reason behind that is because some of our partners, not all, are technological partners that they can either A, create a one-off solution on top that sits on top of Odoo, and they go to market with that very specific vertical, and they could have a suite of applications that are supporting that one application, or they go through to a specific customer and they say, hey customer, what would you like your company to do? And the company says, I'd like 5, 6 different applications, and then I'd like to fix a one-off application that just Odoo doesn't, we don't necessarily like it. And so by that, you would need the source code. And so we will give you access through the source code in a couple of different ways. You can have access through our private repository. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. We call it Odoo.sh. And the benefit to our partners from Odoo.sh is that it's monetizable. And you also can download it in your own server. You can go on premises, or as a customer was mentioning to me earlier, you can go self-hosted. Amazon Web Services, if it is the case that the customer may choose to go that way. And one of the reasons why we have various methods of deploying the exact same product, the exact same platform, is flexibility for yourself, flexibility for your end customers. We stumble upon some customers sometimes that say we strictly have to go on premises because security reasons. That's fine. You're able to host on premises. We understand that there are some accounting packages or something that are either strictly on-prem or strictly SaaS, but nothing in the middle. We want to be able to give you that flexibility for you to pick and choose what is best, what suits best for yourself as well as the end customer. So you can modify and personalize the source code for you to go to market with it. Folks ask very often, can we white label Odoo? The answer is yes. Now, Odoo does charge or bill for the licenses, but if it was the case that you wanted to say white label and change the formats and dive into the code and change objects for it to say, instead of, I don't know, Odoo dash function or something, to change it for you, you'd be able to do so. What other perks do you have as Odoo partners? Functional training as well as knowledge base, partnership knowledge base. The exclusive partnership knowledge base is something that we currently we always work on, but more importantly, in the past couple of months, weeks, we have seen a push to make it more robust for us to support our partners in a more diligent and efficient fashion. The partnership knowledge base is a repository of information gathered through 15 years of knowledge of us going to market with partners to understand what best works for partners of ours, what is the opportunity that they can have, what are the best steps for them to have a successful business around Odoo. Oh, there we go. How to be a successful partner, how to grow your sales with Odoo, services of implementation, marketing, and events that we provide. One of the perks that we have is, of course, your account management. I did mention in the past that one of the pillars, one of the main ways that we're going to be able to support you is commercially. It's a new product. It's a new product for some folks. For some others, this may be something that they've known for quite a while. But for some folks, more specifically because of Capterra as well as the GetUp publications that we have had, we've been able to open up a wider market for some folks that have never heard of us. So it's an ERP, it's a complicated product, and your account manager is there to help you with business strategies, commercial support, new lead generation, as well as lead development for your team, and more specifically, demo and business development with you. So again, you have an ERP, tends to be a complicated platform. Your customers would like to see X, Y, Z, and in the first stages, if you will, of partnership with us, even after, but more specifically, in the first stages of partnership with us, you may not know the full depth or breadth of the entire platform. So what better way to go to market with a tool than to go with somebody that can handhold you along the way with a thorough demo for your end customer, to win that end customer. Another one of the perks that we have, and I believe that this is one of the most important perks that we have, is being able to be visualized at odoo.com as a partner. We currently enjoy something to the tune of 1.6 new hits, new impressions per month, new visitors per month. What this is new folks that are incoming into our website, that are checking things out. We have a method of business development as well, that we can funnel opportunities over to your desk as partners. And one of the ways is by doing this, by publishing you onto our website and highlighting all of the benefits that you offer, all of your panache, what makes you stand out, the industry that you attack, the industry that you focus in on, your value proposition, what verticals do you focus in on. If somebody's searching, I would like to do cannabis in my region, Odoo, then there's a high likelihood of you being able to be published on the website out of the fact that our SEO, you'd be piggybacking off of our SEO with your keywords that you're putting onto our site, if you will. So you will have a specific site within Odoo that highlights who you are as a partner. So new leads, new potential leads, new visitors per month. Marketing, it helps you with marketing, publishing, saying, hey, I am currently an Odoo partner, and therefore there is credibility and visibility for you. And then, of course, what we do is that we will publish the use cases that you currently have as an effective implementator of Odoo that makes you be more attractive to the folks that are visiting the website. So use cases as well as accolades from your customers that you've serviced in the past is something that we do for us to grow your business as well. We mentioned that we have various methods of hosting. We have the SaaS solution, we have the on-prem solution, and then we have another solution that we called Odoo Data Sage. This is our platform as a service. We did mention in the past. The benefit to Odoo Data Sage is a platform that you're able to access the source code for you to be able to deploy it with Odoo with your development. So you could have your private repository parallel to us. You could have staging environments. You could have testing environments. You could have dummy environments for you to be able to always be up with your platform and be customizing at the same time. So it is a very powerful tool that we utilize for us to be able to host and have our databases there. But the most important part about Odoo Sage is that you do have access to the source code for you to be able to create customizations within an environment that is maintained by Odoo. Some other additional benefits that you do have with us as a partner is that you can utilize Odoo's trademark in your marketing materials. We're expanding those marketing materials right now currently. So not only is it a one-time hit that you see right away, but it's an ongoing, continuous growth that we tend to have for partners to enjoy our marketing tools. Extents of databases of Odoo Enterprise. Again, you will have a SaaS platform as a service and on-premises. If it's an on-premise, you have a specific code for you to extend. If it's on the PaaS, you have a specific code. If it's the SaaS, you have an account manager. You can also participate in a private Odoo forum for partners for not only growth of your business, but also collaboration with other partners. Let's say that you focus, and we've seen this a lot, you focus on a specific vertical, yet you have a customer that focuses on yet another one that you're perhaps not overly comfortable with. You can access our forum, our private forum of partners for you to be able to go in and access and reach out to these folks that are already doing implementations with Odoo and perhaps create some synergies. And this is some of the ways that our partners also monetize Odoo by yielding services to other partners. You also have access to support packs for partners specifically. Our support packs for partners are more in depth. They, if you were an end user and you were to buy a success pack, the success pack is only finite. You can only utilize it up to a certain point. It's a year from the date of inception, if you will. For partner packs, being the fact that we want to be able to support you for not only one project, but many different projects, you're able to utilize it through the extent of the life of that pack. So on-demand hours for you to go in and ask functional questions, technical questions, and consult with one of our consultants here that does this on a day-to-day activity. So again, that functional support completely there for you to be able to understand the ins and the outs of the platform for you never to be stuck. And then of course right now it's a bit of an issue because of COVID, but in the past, pre-COVID, we would go to market with partners by establishing roadshows, similar to what I am doing currently, but this would be presential roadshows. The way that we would do it is that we would set up a demonstration, questions, answers, but also give our partner the forum for him or her, for them to be able to express what it is that they do, how they go to market in that very specific sector, what verticals they touch on, and of course those leads, those opportunities that came in through the door to visit that the roadshows would be funneled over to our partner as new opportunities. So sponsoring new events, but of course this is post-COVID, pre-COVID, and hopefully once this all blows over, post-COVID as well. We, of course, are here because we want to know how to monetize Odoo as an official partner. We have very, very straightforward level of monetization. We have one single partnership, which is the official partnership. One single partnership. There is no consulting partner. There is no technology partner. There is no infrastructure partner. It's one same partnership across the board. And the way that we have it set up is that the more of users that you have underneath your belt as a partner, the more not only visibility we want to give you, the more responsibility we want to give you, but also the more commissions we want to give you as you continue to scale your business with the idea of Odoo. So we have a commission structure based on the Odoo enterprise model, which is a function of the number of users that the customer wants, as well as the number of applications they pick and choose in order to fit their business. As a ready partner, you have a 10% commission, silver partner, 15% commission, and gold partner, a 20% commission on the licensing model. I did mention Odoo SH a couple of seconds ago. We do charge for the hosting of Odoo SH. The benefit to partners is that we see it at 100% commission, but more specifically in terms of numerical sense, up to $1,728 per project, per individual project. Why do we generally say that it's 100% commission? Is because we have seen that the majority of projects tend to be below that $1,700 range. So 100% commission on Odoo SH up to $1,728 per year per project. So if you have 2 projects, it's was never really good at math, but twice that. Other monetizations of Odoo, services that you provide, consulting, implementation, development, support, pre-sales, post-sale, database maintenance and management, etc. The services that you provide are completely yours. We will not set parameters upon how much you charge for your consultative services, for the cost of you doing business, nor we will ask for royalties from you for the services that you provide. So that's completely another way for you to monetize. What are the services? Project management, project analysis. One of the questions pertaining to who is a partner in the past, some folks say, I'm not technologically savvy, I don't know how to program. Is this a fit for me? The answer is yes. The answer is absolutely. You can utilize Odoo as an out-of-box solution. And many of the partners that we have are process consultants, and they just strictly focus on the recommending the specific tools and doing the implementation and the services for the tools without having to touch a single line of code. Of course, the code is there for you to be able to dive in and create customizations and really add value to the idea of Odoo. But I do want to mention that we do have a lot of functional partners that specifically go to market with us without having to access or to dive into the source code. How to monetize Odoo, gap analysis, creating a fit to see what the customers, what Odoo's line is, what the customer's expectations are, and understanding right in the middle to see if it's a fit. And of course, that's a way for you to monetize. Data migration, implementation, API development, the actual app development itself. Very monetizable, very, very popular in some circles here with us at Odoo. Functional training or tool to the end customers. So of course, as you can imagine, the adoption of a brand new application or brand new tool takes on a certain level of training. And so by that, our partners are able to monetize that. Support and database management. It's a couple of points that I mentioned in the past. And then some of the other points that I did mention that of the ways that our partners are able to monetize is by developing new applications and going to market with them and having the suite of applications of Odoo supporting that very specific vertical that they've built, or selling that very specific application in our app store. Again, 21,000 different applications, which conceptually speaking, you're able to reach the 5.5 million users that are that actively utilize Odoo. So that's another angle that we offer our partners. And then the last thing that I mentioned, and I briefly touched on this a couple of seconds back, was that some partners actually offer support to other partners. In fact, one of the largest partners in Mexico offers revenues, a great deal, and is able to monetize Odoo through Odoo's partnership as well as Odoo's licensing through the support that they offer for new partners as well as smaller partners. And even collaboration between larger partners. So a lot of the partners that we have actually are in cahoots with one another, and they collaborate with each other really well for them to grow not only their businesses, but also their offering, their horizon. So last, onto the last few slides here. I think that we're coming close to the 40-minute mark. What folks ask, what are the requirements for partnerships? What are some of the barriers of entry that we have? Now, we do have a monetary barrier of entry, but more specifically, we want to be able to know that if you are a partner, you are in the right track to be a successful partner. And so by that, the requirements are as follows. For a ready partner, we need 10 users as well as 1 certification. Silver partner, from 50 users to 149 users, 2 certifications. Gold partner is 150 users and above, and it's 3 certifications. And a certification is a test that you take based on the functional training that is completely free to you. The functional test that you take on the functional certification for you to know if the platform functionally and how it behaves functionally to you. The cost of partnership itself is $3,950 for official partnership. Alrighty, give me one quick second here. Okay, sorry about that. Before we go, I did mention that towards the latter part of our conversation, we had an incentive. And this incentive, of course, we just released because of Q4. As I mentioned to you, 2020, unfortunately for some folks, was a very difficult year. For Odoo, we were able to see a vast growth. And again, part of that growth was because companies needed to digitalize. And so we are expanding, and we want to have you, we encourage you, we want to have you as a partner to help us with this growth, as well as for you to grow in this coming year, 2021, as we see the adoption of technologies increasing. More specifically, easy to use and affordable technologies increasing. So by that, we have an incentive, and the incentive is effective until the 22nd of this month, which makes it about 20 days from today. The incentive is of 2 free certifications, a $500 value, 30% off of your initial pack, first success pack. If it is the case, this is optional. These certifications is mandatory, but it's basically free for you in this instance. 30% of your initial success pack, making it a very, very cost-effective way for you to get your specifically first projects out the door in an affordable solution. And another thing that we also stumble upon is technical training. Technical training in the past was presential. You actually had to fly to San Francisco and basically take a 1-week boot camp for you to know the ins and outs onto how to program Odoo, how to develop Odoo, the best practices for Odoo. But being the fact that we live in COVID times, we currently developed a technical training that is live currently. Right now, the incentive is that we have a $500 off. This is the first time that we have seen it. $500 off technical training, if, of course, you become an official partner. So those are the incentives that we had. I want to thank you once again for everyone. I really hope that everyone enjoyed this presentation. If you happen to have any questions for me, please, this is my name, jhi@odoo.com. You will also see my colleagues, Thomas, as well as Guilherme Lenzi, in the chatter. Their triagrams, or email addresses rather, are tga@odoo.com, gul@odoo.com. TGA for Thomas, GUL for Lenzi. Any questions that you may have, please let me know. Please follow us on Facebook. If you guys happen to have any questions, I'd be more happy to help. I'm really glad that we were able to do this. I'm really glad that we were able to connect towards the latter part of this year. I really, once again, hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys stay safe and well, and you enjoy your coming holidays. Thank you once again, and I hope everyone has a great afternoon. Thank you.